welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on Rainbow Magic. This is a monthly hop that is sponsored by Crazy Craft Obsessions, and she chose a color for each month for us to play with. This month is brown, and that's going to be a hard one because I love color, but I pulled out all the brown stuff that I could find that I really wanted to play with. So I have a pretty good mix of 49 Market supplies here, some Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stitching stamps, a picture of a really cute kitty cat. These are some cork hearts from Allie Edwards, just from a story kit. And like I said, just a pretty good mix of different embellishments. So I am going to go ahead and get started with this layout. So I will pause it and I will be right back. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put some texture paste on here, and I'm actually going to color it with this distress stain that I have. Believe this is Gathered Twigs, and I'm just gonna make quite a bit of it. I know that I'm making more than I needed, but I wanted to make sure I have enough, because once you mix a color, it's very hard to remix the same color if you need some more. So I just went ahead and made a bunch, and if you have leftover, you can put some on a piece of cardstock and let it dry and use it for a background for a card, or even as a mat for a photo for a future layout. So anyway, I'm just using this Vicky Bouton stencil, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these words kind of down in that empty diagonal space there. It's just gonna add a little bit of texture. My goal is not for you to actually see all of the words. I just wanna give you some texture to rest your eyes on this layout. Again, this is going to be all browns, and I need to give it some depth. I also want to mention very quickly that I am participating in Scraptember with this video. Today's prompt is a patterned paper base. So I set my background aside and let it dry, and while it was drying, I dug through some of the embellishments that I had pulled out, so that I could make some better decisions on what I want to use. Now, this piece of paper that you see me distressing is actually the packaging from the lasered die cuts, and I decided to use that as a photo mat here on this layout, so you can see it's the packaging. Their packaging is just as beautiful as their paper, and in fact, 49 Market is one of my favorite papers to distress because the edges get all nice and I don't know how to describe it, but the white core exposes and it's really thick. The paper doesn't bend or tear, and I just love the way that it looks when it's distressed. I am also distressing this photo of my cat. This is Jasper. You see him all the time on my videos. He walks through them quite often. Sometimes more than once. Sometimes you don't see him at all. So anyway, this is one of the laser die cuts from the pack, and it is a half doily, and I'm going to tuck it behind the photo in a manner that you can't tell that it's only part of a doily. It's going to look like there's a whole doily there because I'm going to cover up those edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my photo down. I am not matting my photo in the traditional way. You can see I put that piece of packaging that I distressed in the opposite direction. It is laying landscape versus portrait, and I did that because I want it peeking out as a base behind my photo. I'm also giving myself some space for some journaling, and I'm trying, the operative word is trying, to distress some of these laser die cuts. It's not as easy with the Tim Holtz tool. I should have brought in my nail file. That would have worked better, but I didn't want to leave my space to go grab it. So I chose some leaves and some flowers also from those laser die cuts, and a couple butterflies as well. And so I'm just going to be kind of poking and these little bits and pieces behind the photo. I'm also going to bring in some of these acetate pieces. I didn't think I would like those when I first bought the first package, and it turns out that I really do like those. I don't like that they glare on my ring light. That's kind of annoying. But when you see the layout at the end of the video, you can see how, because they're transparent, it allows some of the beautiful paper to shine through as well. Now I'm going to use this word "you." It is a rub-on as my title. I've also got a quote down there on the bottom of my journaling tag. I have put a couple of the hearts on there as well. I also wanted to add some of these baubles that I believe is what 49 Market calls them. And I want to get some of those on here as well. I chose several different 49 Market collections. The rub-ons came from Serenity. The background paper came from Toast. I believe my laser die cuts are from Toast. I don't remember what the little baubles are from. And acetate butterflies and leaves are also from Toast. But, you know, their collections mix in well quite easily. So next I am going to cover my photo up with this packaging because I'm going to add some splatters on here. I want to just add a little bit more texture to it, and I'm going to use that Gathered Twigs Distress Stain again. Those are actually not my favorite of the Distress family of products. I don't use them very often, and maybe I should use them more because they are already mixed. Alright, I have this layout complete. I've got quite a bit of layering. I used lots of the different pieces. I dug into the laser cut die cuts. I did use a couple of my cork hearts. I used some of the acetate as well. This piece here needs to be glued down still, and I'll get that in a minute. I just did the splatter, so I'm kind of letting those finish drying before I put in my journaling because I'm left-handed, so I sweep. But otherwise, this layout is absolutely complete. Stay tuned for the close-ups at the end of the video, and it'll have all the journaling, and of course this piece here will be glued down as well. I do want to thank you for stopping by my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you click that playlist below for the Rainbow Magic hop as well as the Scraptember hop. So make sure that you check those playlists out. They are both going on full blast this month. Scraptember will have new videos every day of the month. Rainbow Magic playlist actually includes all of the Rainbow Magic videos for all year long for those who are participating. And so make sure you check those out. I should have 9 videos on there myself if you haven't watched the other colors that I have worked on throughout this year. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Bye.